news regarding the coronavirus are a little bit mixed, although concerns continue weigh on the markets, hitting more of asset classes day by day. With the virus still pretty much contained good from the Chinese authorities, the question isn't whether we're going to see an immediate effect on the markets, but whether or how much actually this is going to weaken the economic growth in China. I want to talk about today particularly look at the USD against the Chinese yuan rate. I'm going to talk also about GBP against the Aussie. BOE kept rates unchanged yesterday. And last, I will also talk about the euro yen. We are expecting the yen to strengthen more on safe haven flows, of course. At the same time, today we'll have European GDP. Now on the dollars with the Chinese yuan, I've pulled this. I mean, we are definitely correcting, right? We've actually corrected. It looks like we've ended the correction, or we could see another move to the downside. However, whether this is an A or a B, we've had a triple zigzag pattern completed here, right? Now with this signal over here on the MACD, we've had an impulse move to the upside, right? That was closed down at 7 psychological level, exactly at 7 level. And now we started moving lower, right? We have this shorter term signal on the momentum as well, which seems to suggest that we're going to get an A, B, and a C move to the downside. And from here, potentially could start looking for prices to start moving higher, since we've, it looks like the correction is ended. Unless if we get an elongated correction, it's still the case, but of course, it's very early to say at this stage whether this is going to be a case or not. Now, I would really pay attention to the 6.9250 or so, or 93.40. It's the 50 Fibonacci retracement of the longer term intermediate move to the upside, as well as very near the current 50 Fibonacci retracement of the move from 684 to 7. Now I want to go, let's just go on the euro yen first, because I've actually just made a few changes over here. I was seeing this as an impulsive move to the upside with waves 1, 2, and then obviously going up for 3, 4, and 5. However, and with the latest flows from the virus coming in, I see yen strengthening further, which makes me think that this is an A, B, and C correction that ended up around 123. And then we started moving to the downside, which means in the longer term at least, if this is the case, then we're going to go below 115. Now, the other scenario, of course, is that we've had wave A here, then we might get a deeper B and a C, right? This is still the case, but with either scenarios in play, we are looking for more downside, right? Now, in the shorter term, we've seen an impulsive move to the downside with waves 1, 2, 3, and 4 done, right? This is what at least this structure suggests. So we're now moving in a corrective, flat, let's just say, yes, which could continue a little bit longer, or we could see a breakout to the downside soon, right? Now, that being said, this is to take out wave 1, and then most likely going to move a little bit higher to see the corrective wave 2 being taken out. Now, in the shorter term, we are seeing this very good MACD signal here, right? That's just more upside, which to me means that we're going to get another move to the downside to create a false break, right? Potentially we could reach the 119.35, which is a 50 Fibonacci retracement as well, and then move up for wave 2, okay? So shorter term, I see this a little bit bearish. And then the pound against the Aussie, as you well know, Aussie has been falling over the past few days on the back of the coronavirus. Pound rose yesterday. We had a very good surge following the BOE decision to keep rates unchanged. The structure here remains similar to what we've actually seen a few weeks back. I was expecting this to come down and complete a nice double four, let's just call it, right? And from there, now we're moving up, which that to me seems to be like a 1, 2, a 3, and probably we're going to get a 4 that is going to potentially create a short-term correction, right? So that means a weakening of the GBPAUD. And then, most likely, when this is done, we get the 4 here, and then we're going to move higher for wave 5 and to take out the intermediate wave 3. From there, of course, I don't see this as a really substantial move, to be honest. I think we're going to move lower and then move another for another time towards the fresh highs to make sure at least the false break it's really going to trick many retail traders. That's how it works. So I'm seeing this in the short term at least being corrective. However, there are no signals on the MACD, right? Which means we are going to stay up here for a little bit longer. Potentially, we're going to see the momentum falling, prices going down, and then creating another move to the upside to create a nice bearish divergence signal. And from there, start looking for sells.